Back to my channel where I am reading through the new Player's Handbook, brought to us by Wizards of the Coast. Today I will be going over the Druid. Alright, so Druid are traditionally your nature boys. So their primary ability is Wisdom. They get a D8 for their hit point die, and their saving throw proficiencies are in Intelligence and Wisdom. Their skill proficiencies, you get to choose from two. You get Arcana, Animal Handling, Insight, Medicine, Nature, Perception, Religion, or Survival, and they are proficient with simple weapons, and they are also proficient in the Herbalism Kit. Now, they're trained in light armor and shields, and for their starting equipment, they get leather armor, a shield, a sickle, a druidic focus, a quarterstaff, explorer's pack, herbalism kit, and 9 gold pieces, or just 50 gold pieces if you want to just go that way. So, Druids belong to ancient orders that call the forces of nature, harnessing the magic of animals, plants, and the 4 elements. Druids heal, transform into animals, and wield elemental destruction. Revering nature above all, individual druids gain their magic from nature, a nature deity, or both. And they typically unite with other druids to perform rites that mark the passage of the seasons and other natural cycles. Druids are concerned with the delicate ecological balance that sustains plant and animal life, and with the need for people to live in harmony with nature. Druids often guard sacred sites or watch over regions of unspoiled nature, but when a significant danger arises, druids take a more active role as adventurers who combat the threat. Sorry, my cat's being the cat. So at level 1 you gain all the core druid stuff from the table, and then as a multi-class, you gain a few traits from the core druid traits table. You get the hit point die, training in light armor and shields, and the level 1 features. Hi buddy, how are you doing? Now as a druid, you gain the following class features when you reach specified druid levels. These features are listed in the druid features table. So right out the gate you get their spellcasting. Hi buddy, you wanted to say hello? I bet you did. Well, we're going to put you right back down. There you go. So, you have learned to cast spells through studying the mystical forces of nature. And as such, you get access to cantrips. The recommended ones are Druidcraft and Produce Flame, and you know 2 right out the gate. Whenever you gain a druid level, you can replace one of your cantrips with another cantrip of your choice from the druid spell list. When you reach druid levels 4 and 10, you learn another cantrip of your choice from the druid spell list, as shown on the cantrips column of the druid features table. Spell slots. The druid features table shows how many spell slots you have to cast your level 1 and up spells. You regain all expended slots when you finish a long rest. Now, prepared spells of level 1 and up. You prepare the list of level 1 and up spells that are available for you to cast with this feature. To start, you choose 4 level 1 spells from the Druid spell list. Animal Friendship, Cure Wounds, Fairy Fire, and Thunder Wave are recommended. The number of spells on your list increases as you gain Druid levels, as shown in the Prepared Spells column of the Druid Features table. Whenever that number increases, choose additional spells from the Druid spell list until the number of spells on your list matches the number on the table. The chosen spells must be of a level of which you have spell slots. For example, if you're a 3rd level Druid, your list of prepared spells can include 6 spells of level 1 and level 2 in any combination. If another Druid feature gives you spells that you always have prepared, they don't count against the number of spells you can prepare with this feature, but are regardless Druid spells for you. And you can change out your spells when you finish a long rest. Now, your spellcasting ability for your Druid spells is Wisdom, and for your spellcasting focus, you use a Druidic focus. You can use a Druidic focus as a focus for your spells. So typically that's like a amulet, ancient carving, stuff like that. Alright, moving right along, we have our Druid features table. So, Let's see. This is nice. It also shows you your wild shape abilities here as you go. It looks like the maximum number of wild shapes that you gain access to only goes up to 4 as you level up with just your standard issue druid. So that's nice to see. And then, of course, you have your tables here, as I've gone over in previous episodes. So at level 1, you know Druidic, the secret language of the Druids. While learning this ancient language, you also unlocked the magic of communicating with animals. You always have the Speak with Animals spell prepared. I like that a lot, because one of the standard things Druids would do in previous editions of Dungeons & Dragons would be to try to speak with animals. And, you know, that's always something Druids tried to do, so it's nice to see that they always have that prepared now. You can use Druidic to leave hidden messages. You and others who know Druidic automatically spot such a message, and others spot the message's presence with a successful DC 15 intelligence check, but can't decipher it without magic. Now, I see you. I see you. You're trying to jump up here again and ruin my set. Alright. Now, at level 1, you have your Primal Order. This looks like this is something that they're going to be doing throughout a lot of our classes going forward. Hi, little bunny. They did something like this similarly with Cleric. If you go back and watch that, you had to pick between these two features here, and that determines what you're particularly good at. Now, let's see. Magician. You know 1 extra cantrip from the Druid spell list. In addition, your mystical connection to nature gives you a bonus to your intelligence, wisdom, or, your intelligence, arcana, or nature checks. The bonus equals your wisdom modifier, minimum of bonus of +1. I like that a lot because Druids are, at a fundamental level, very connected to the primal magics of the world. And as such, they should know a thing or two, in my humble bumble opinion. And then you also have Warden. Wardens are trained for battle, so you gain proficiency with martial weapons and training with medium armor. Now, the thing with Druids, which not a lot of people would know, unless you've been playing for a while, is that Druids don't really use a lot of processed metals when they are fighting in combat, so therefore they don't typically wear heavier armor, unless it's magical in nature and doesn't go against their druidic beliefs. Now, at level 2, you gain access to your wild shape. This is sort of the core feature of Druids. It allows you, as a bonus action, to shapeshift into a beast form that you have learned. So you stay in that form a number of hours equal to half of your druid level, or until you use wild shape again. And then you have the, or until you have the incapacitated condition, or until you die, and you can leave the form early as a bonus action. So right out the gate, you're going to have access to 2 hours of your wild shape. The number of uses that you can use wild shape twice out the gate, and then you regain 1 expended use when you finish a short rest, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. In addition, the uses when you reach certain druid levels, as shown in the table above, increase. Now, as for your known forms, at level 2, you know 4 beast forms for this feature, chosen from among the beast stat blocks that have a maximum challenge rating of 1/4 and that lack a fly speed. The rat, riding horse, spider, and wolf are recommended. And whenever you finish a long or short rest, you can replace one of your known forms with another eligible form. Now, for this new player's handbook, they've gone ahead and given you your wild shape forms in the back of the book for easy reference, which I thoroughly enjoy, because as a DM, I've had to look up those stat blocks for people a lot. It's one less thing for me to worry about, and one easier thing for you players to do. So, when you reach certain druid levels, your number of known forms and the maximum challenge rating for those forms increases, as shown in the beast shapes table. In addition, starting at level 8, you can adopt a form that has a fly speed. When choosing known forms, you may look in the monster manual or elsewhere for eligible beasts if the dungeon master permits you to do so. I would, because I'm cool. So they have a little table here for you. So at level 2, you know 4 forms with a maximum challenge rating of 1/4 with no fly speed. And then at level 4, you know 6 and a challenge rating of up to 1/2 with no fly speed. And then at level 8, you get 8 known forms and a maximum CR of 1. Now, the rules while you're shapeshifted have changed since 2014. So, now, while in your form, you retain your personality, memories, and ability to speak, and the following rules apply. Previously, you could not speak. You gain temp HP when you assume your wild shape form, and you gain a number of temporary hit points equal to your druid level. Game statistics. Your game statistics are replaced by the beast stat block, but you retain your creature type, hit points, hit point die, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma scores, class features, languages, and feats. You also retain your skill and saving throw proficiencies, and use your proficiency bonuses for them. In addition to gaining the proficiencies of the creature, if a skill or saving throw modifier in the beast stat block is higher than yours, you use that one instead. Now, while you're shifted, you cannot do spell casting. You cannot cast spells, but shape-shifting doesn't break your concentration or otherwise interfere with your ability with the spell that you've already cast. Objects. Your ability to handle objects is determined by your form's limbs rather than your own. In addition, you choose whether your equipment falls in your space, merges with your new form, or is worn by it. Worn equipment functions as normal, but the DM decides whether it's practical for the new form to wear a piece of equipment based on the creature's size and shape. Your equipment doesn't change size or shape to match the new form, and any equipment that a new form can't wear must either fall to the ground or merge with the form. Equipment that merges with the form has no effect while you're in that form. So that's actually been a thing in the past. A lot of people have tried to argue that they still get the benefit of their magical equipment while they're wearing it. So this is specifying that if your equipment can still fit your new form, you can still use it. So I like that, and that might lead to some discussions at the table, but, you know, such is life. Don't forget to hydrate, or you'll find yourself in bad shape and drying out, kind of like how I'm doing now. So, excuse me for 1 second. Alright. So, again at level 2, you gain access to what's called a wild companion. You can summon a nature spirit that assumes an animal form to aid you. As a magic action, you can expend a spell slot or use of wild shape to cast the Find Familiar spell without material components. When you cast the spell in this way, the familiar is Fey and disappears when you finish a long rest. Notice that it says Fey is its creature type, so it won't be able to be targeted by certain spell effects, which is nice. Now, at level 3, you gain access to your Druid subclass. So it looks like in this book, the ones that they have available for us are a Circle of the Land, Circle of the Moon, Circle of the Sea, and Circle of the Stars. So we're going to be going over those a little bit later. Now, at level 4, you get your ability score improvement or a feat. And then at level 5, you get something called Wild Resurgence. Once on each of your turns, if you have no uses of Wild Shape left, you can give yourself 1 use by expending a spell slot with no action required. In addition, you can expend 1 use of Wild Shape, again, no action required, to give yourself a level 1 spell slot, but you can't do so again until you finish a long rest. I like that, so that's something akin to sorcery points, which we saw in Sorcerers back in 2014. Now, at level 7, you're going to get access to Elemental Fury. The might of the elements flows through you. You gain one of the following options of your choice. You gain Potent Spellcasting. You get to add your Wisdom modifier to the damage you deal with any Druid cantrip, or you get Primal Strike. Once on each of your turns, when you hit a creature with an attack roll using a weapon or a beast's form attack in wild shape, you can cause the target to take an extra 1d8 cold, fire, lightning, or thunder damage, and you get to choose when you hit. So that's nice. That's a good way for people to get around the excuse me, the resistances that some creatures have to weapons of a non-magical nature. Now, at level 15, you get the improved Elemental Fury. So, when you cast a Druid cantrip with a range of 10 feet or greater, the spell's range increases by 300 feet. That is insane. Or your Primal Strike increases to 2d8. I would do the potent spellcasting, personally. But I'm more of a spellcaster. Then, at level 18, you get Beast Spells. While in Wild Shape, you get to cast your spells, except for any spell that has a material component with a cost specified, or that consumes a material component. Because, as you know, that makes sense because you don't exactly have hands to get your material components. So, but still, that's really good. Then at level 19, like with any other class, you get to gain your Epic Boon. So not bad. And then at level 20, ooh, look at that artwork. You gain the title of Arc Druid. The vitality of nature constantly blooms within you, granting you the following benefits. Evergreen Wild Shape. Whenever you roll initiative and have no use of Wild Shape left, you get one. It's not bad. And then Nature Magician. You can convert uses of Wild Shape into a spell slot with no action required. You get to choose a number of your unexpended uses of Wild Shape to convert them into a single spell slot, with each use contributing to spell levels. For example, if you convert 2 uses of Wild Shape, you produce a level 4 spell slot. Once you use this benefit, you can't do so again until you finish a long rest. And then Longevity. The primal magic that you wield causes you to age more slowly. For every 10 years that pass, your body only ages by 1 year. Yep. There it is, the longevity of druids. Alright. Now, like with the other spellcasting tables, we do once again see the spell lists here for druid. Alright, and then we get to delve into the druid subclasses. What is going on down there? There we go. So, right out the gate, we're going to start with the Circle of the Land. The Circle of the Land comprises mystics and sages who safeguard ancient knowledge and rites. These druids meet within sacred circles of trees or standing stones to whisper primal secrets in Druidic. The circle's wisest members, hi buddy, hello, you know, we're talking about druids, and you know, that's nature stuff, so that involves you, so you have to be here. Yes, 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 yes. He wants attention so bad. Or standing stones to whisper primal secrets in Druidic. The circle's wisest members preside as the chief priests of their communities. So, whenever you finish a long rest, you get to choose one type of land: arid, polar, temperate, or tropical. Consult the table below that corresponds with your chosen type. Previously, you had to commit to the type of land you were, like you knew, and you weren't able to swap it out ever, so you were locked into the options here. So that is incredible to see. So in arid land, at levels 3, 5, 7, and 9 respectively, you get access to Blur, Burning Hands, Firebolt, and then Fireball, Blight, and Wall of Stone. And then for the polar land, you get, at level 3, Fog Cloud, Hold Person, Ray of Frost, and then at level 5, Sleet Storm, level 7, Ice Storm, and at level 9, Cone of Cold. So, heck yeah, man, Cone of Cold is a very good spell. It's like the fireball of frost magic. And then for your temperate land, you get Misty Step, Shocking Grasp, and Sleep at level 3. Level 5, you get Lightning Bolt. Level 7, you get Freedom of Movement. And level 9, you get Tree Stride. Then for the tropical land, you get, at level 3, Acid Splash, Ray of Sickness, Web. And then at level 5, you get Stinking Cloud. Level 7, you get Polymorph. And level 9, Insect Plague. That is the worst spell on the planet. No. No. I hate, absolutely hate bugs. But that being said, I will not ban it at my table. So at level 3 you get the Land's Aid. As a magic action, you can expend a use of your wild shape and choose a point within 60 feet of yourself. Vitality-giving flowers and life-draining thorns appear for a moment in a 10-foot radius sphere centered on that point. Each creature of your choice in the sphere must make a con saving throw against your spell save DC, taking 2d6 necrotic damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. One creature of your choice in that area regains 2d6 hit points. The damage and healing increase by 1d6 when you reach Druid levels 10 and 14, going to 3d6 and 4d6 respectively. And then at level 6, you gain Natural Recovery. You can cast one of the level 1 and up spells that you have prepared from your Circle Spells feature without expending a spell slot, and you must finish a long rest before you do so again. In addition, when you finish a short rest, you can choose expended spell slots to recover. The spell slots can have a combined level that is equal to or less than half of your Druid level rounded up, and none of them can be level 6 or higher. For example, if you're a level 6 Druid, you can recover up to 3 levels worth of spell slots. You can recover a a level 3 spell slot, a level 2 and a level 1 spell slot, or 3 level 1 spell slots. Once you recover spell slots with this feature, you can't do so again until you finish a long rest. Now, I enjoy that a good bit because currently, with the 2014 rules, you don't regain your spell slots during a short rest unless you are a different class entirely. So that's nice to see that the other spellcasters are getting a little more use out of a short rest. Now, at level 10, you get Nature's Ward. You are immune to the poison condition, and you have resistance to a damage type associated with your current land choice in the Circle Spells feature, as shown in the Nature's Ward table. So, Arid, you get resistance to fire. Polar, you get resistance to cold. Temperate, lightning, and tropical poison. Which, you know, makes sense. Alright. Moving right along. Oh, look! A half-orc version of Halcyon. So, at level 14, you get Nature's Sanctuary. As a magic action, you can expend a use of your wild shape and cause spectral trees and vines to appear within a 15-foot cube on the ground within 120 feet of yourself. They last there for 1 minute or until you have the Incapacitate condition or die. You and your allies have half cover while in that area, and your allies gain the current resistance of your Nature's Ward while there. As a bonus action, you can move your cube up to 60 feet to ground within 120 feet of yourself. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. And then we move on to Circle of the Moon. This is a fan favorite. Let's see what they've done with it. Druids of the Circle of the Moon can draw on lunar magic to transform themselves. Their order gathers... Sorry. There we go. La la la. On lunar magic to transform themselves. Their order gathers under the moon to share news and perform rituals. Changeable as the moon, a druid of this circle might prowl as a great cat one night, soar over the treetops as an eagle the next day, and then crash through the undergrowth as a bear to drive off a trespassing monster. The wild is in this druid's blood. So, circle forms. You can channel lunar magic when you assume a wild shape form, granting you the benefits below. They get access to a higher challenge rating, so the maximum challenge rating of the form equals your druid level divided by 3 rounded down. So, yeah, they're going to get access to more powerful creatures right out the gate. Armor class. Until you leave the form, your AC equals 13 plus your wisdom modifier if that total is higher than the beast's AC, and you also gain a number of temporary hit points equal to 3 times your druid level. And then you get your Circle of the Moon spells. So, at level 3 you get Cure Wounds, Moonbeam, and Starry Wisp. That's a new one. We're going to have to look into that later. Level 5 you get Conjure Animals. Level 7 you get Font of Moonlight, also a new one. Then at level 9 you get Mass Cure Wounds, which Mass Cure Wounds itself is incredibly handy, especially now that they've beefed it up a little bit. And you're right, buddy. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. You just want to come say hi to all the people watching. Yes, you do. So at level 6, you gain Improved Circle Forms. While in your Wild Shape form, you gain the following benefits. Lunar Radiance. Each of your attacks in Wild Shape form can deal its normal damage type or radiant damage. You make this choice each time you hit with those attacks. And then you also have Increased Toughness. You can add your Wisdom modifier to your Constitution saving throws. Not bad at all. Then level 10 you get Moonlight Step. You magically transport yourself, reappearing amid a burst of moonlight. As a bonus action, you teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space you can see, and you have advantage on the next attack roll you make before the end of this turn. You can use this feature a number of times equal to your Wisdom modifier, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. You also regain uses by expending a level 2 spell slot for each use you want to restore at no action required. Then at level 14 you gain your Lunar form. The power of the moon suffuses you, granting you the following benefits. You get an improved Lunar Radiance. Once per turn, you can deal an extra 2d10 radiant damage to a target you hit with a Wild Shape form's attack. And then you also gain access to Shared Moonlight. Whenever you use Moonlight Step, you can also teleport one willing creature. That creature must be within 10 feet of you, and you teleport it to an unoccupied space that you can see within 10 feet of your destination space. This is Bean. He's so obnoxious sometimes, but I still love him. Alright, and then we move into the Circle of the Sea. Druids of the Circle of the Sea draw on the tempestuous forces of the oceans and the storms. Some view themselves as the embodiment of nature's wrath, seeking vengeance against those who would despoil nature. Others seek mystical unity with nature by attuning themselves to the ebb and flow of the tides, following the rush of the currents and waves, listening to the indestructible whispers and roars of the winds. Inscrutable. Sorry. Now, Circle of the Sea spells. At level 3 you get Fog Cloud, Gust of Wind, Ray of Frost, Shatter, and Thunder Wave. At level 5 you gain access to Lightning Bolt and Water Breathing. Then at level 7 you get access to Control Water and Ice Storm. Then at level 9 you get Conjure Elemental and Hold Monster. Then again you get Wrath of the Sea at level 3. As a bonus action, you can expend a use of your Wild Shape to manifest a 5-foot emanation that takes the form of ocean spray that surrounds you for 10 minutes. It ends early if you dismiss it, no action required, manifest it again, or have the incapacitated condition. So you turn into a shampoo commercial. When you finish the emanation, when you manifest the emanation and as a bonus action on your subsequent turns, you can choose another creature you can see in the emanation. The target must succeed on a con save against your spell save DC, or take cold damage, and, if the creature is larger or smaller, be pushed up to 15 feet away from you. To determine this damage, roll a number of d6s equal to your wisdom modifier to a minimum of 1 die. Now that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And then at level 6, you gain Aquatic Affinity. The size of the emanation created by your Wrath of the Sea increases by 10 feet. Increases to 10 feet. In addition, you gain a swim speed equal to your speed. Then at level 10, you become Stormborn. Your Wrath of the Sea confers 2 more benefits while active, as detailed below. You gain a fly speed equal to your speed, and you also gain a resistance to cold, lightning, and thunder damage. That is a darn good property, isn't it, little buddy? Now, give me 1 second while I move our little friend here. I'm so sorry. Alright. It's time to turn the page. Alright. Look at him. What a icon. What a himbo. Alright, and at level 14 you gain Oceanic Gift. Instead of manifesting the emanation of Wrath of the Sea around yourself, you can manifest it around one reeling creature within 60 feet of yourself. That creature gains all the benefits and uses your spell save DC and wisdom modifier for it. In addition, you can manifest the emanation around both the other creature and yourself if you expend 2 uses of your wild shape instead of 1 when manifesting it. Supporting stuff, man, you love to see it. It's always good to see. And another favorite is Circle of the Stars. I'm playing with someone who's using the 2014 version, and it has been fantastic. It's low-key better at healing than some of the cleric stuff was. So, Circle of the Stars. The Circle of the Stars has tracked heavenly patterns since time immemorial. Discovering secrets hidden amid the constellations, by understanding these secrets, the druids of this circle seek to harness the powers of the cosmos. Now, at level 3 you get a star map. You create a star chart as part of your heavenly studies. It is a tiny object, and you can use it as a spellcasting focus for your druid spells. You determine its form by rolling on the star map table, or just by choosing one. While holding the map, hi buddy, you have the Guidance and Guiding Bolt spells prepared. You can cast the Guiding Bolt without expending a spell slot. You can cast it in that way a number of times equal to your Wisdom modifier to a minimum of once, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. If you lose the map, you can perform a 1-hour ceremony to magically create a replacement. This ceremony can be performed during a short or long rest, and it destroys the previous map. So, the forms it can take. A scroll bearing depictions of constellations, a stone tablet with fine holes drilled through it, an owlbear hide tooled with the stellar symbols, my collections of maps bound in an ebony cover, a crystal engraved with starry patterns, or a glass disc etched with constellations. I would go for the crystal, personally. Now, at level 3, you gain a starry form. As a bonus action, you can expend a use of your wild shape feature to take on a starry form rather than shape-shifting. While in your starry form, you regain your game statistics, but your body becomes luminous. Your joints glimmer like stars, and glowing lines connect them as on a star chart. This form sheds bright light in a 10-foot radius and dim light for an additional 10 feet. This form lasts for 10 minutes, and it ends early if you dismiss it, no action required, or have the incapacitated condition, or use this feature again. Whenever you assume your starry form, you choose one of the following constellation glimmers on your body. Your choice gives you certain benefits while in the form. Archer. A constellation of the Archer appears on you. When you activate this form and as a bonus action on your subsequent turns while it lasts, you can make a ranged spell attack, hurling a luminous arrow that targets one creature within 60 feet of yourself. On a hit, the attack deals radiant damage equal up to 1d8 plus your wisdom modifier. The Chalice. A constellation of a life-giving goblet appears on you. Whenever you cast a spell using a spell slot that restores hit points to a creature, you or another creature within 30 feet of you can regain hit points equal to 1d8 plus your wisdom modifier. That gets busted if you do it right. And then Dragon. A constellation of a wise dragon appears on you. You can make a intelligence or a wisdom check or a constitution saving throw to maintain concentration, and you can treat a roll of 9 or lower on the d20 as a d10. That's really good. It's really good. Don't forget to hydrate, you guys. Now, at level 6, you get Cosmic Omen. Whenever you finish a long rest, you can consult your star map for omens and roll a die. Until you finish your next long rest, you gain access to a special reaction based on whether you rolled an even or an odd number on the die. So this is something new. Wheel even. Whenever a creature you can see within 30 feet of you is about to make a d20 test, you can take a reaction roll to roll 1d6 and add the number rolled to the total. Whoa. Whoa. So that's odd. Whenever... Hey, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't mess with my camera. Whenever a creature you can see within 30 feet of you is about to make a d20 test, you can use your reaction to roll 1d6 and subtract the number from the total. You can use this reaction a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier to a minimum of once, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. Then at level 10 you get Twinkling Constellations. The constellations of your starry form improve. The 1d8 of the Archer and the Chalice becomes 2d8. While the Dragon is active, you have a fly speed of 20 feet and can hover. It used to be available at a higher level. Moreover, at the start of each of your turns, while in your starry form, you can change which constellation glimmers on your body. So that's nice, you can swap it out on the fly. Then at level 14, you are full of stars. Better than being full of something else. While in your starry form, you become partially incorporeal, giving you resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. Which is always nice. Alright, here we go. Looks like next time we'll be going over Fighter. This is honestly the class I recommend to most people starting out in D&D. It is very much your classic adventurer. But we'll be going over that next time. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you don't mind my cat too much. And I hope you all have a great day. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that stuff when I post this to YouTube. And just have a good day, you guys. Alright, I'll see you on the next one. See ya.